What was that? Hey, Clipper Nation, what I tell you all last weekend, I ain't worried about Kawhi unless he doesn't play the Laker game. Well, guess what? He's playing the Laker game. Watched him warm up. Look good. Chris Haynes put out the post. He got a week's worth of rest, as expected. We had some doomers in here. I may have to pull some receipts. I don't want to have to go back to that life, but I might. Receipts life is back up here at Into a Dome. Kawhi is playing. Let's go. And Fetty Wap is in the mix. Y'all doubted my reporting on Kawhi. Now you're going to face my wrath. Okay, it ain't that serious. I'm just glad he's back. I told y'all. You had an event in Toronto. They could get him a week off. They won that game in Toronto. Send him home. Get some more rest. I wasn't worried. My concern level was low. Everybody was freaking out last weekend when I did that show. It's his left knee. It's a contusion, a bruise. He's back. Though I don't see any comments in the chat, which makes me think it's not working again because Restream's a piece. Let me check. I may have to restart. How many times? How many times? Yeah, I see y'all on here. I just don't see it on the Restream side. I'm going to restart this. Did I tell y'all Kawhi was going to be back for this game? Did I cook? He's back. Clippers, Lakers. I guess it didn't shut off. I don't know what Restream's doing. Good to see y'all. Yes, Maddox, that is correct. You are accurate. There is a high chance they could play OKC in the first round, or they can get in the 7-8 matchup, win, and then the 7 seed taking on the 2 seed. Thanks for the update. Where's Mio at? That doomer. Kawhi's going to be out 2 weeks. Kawhi's back. Clippers back home, taking on the Lakers. Tip off in hour and 9 minutes. We got zoo haters in here. I don't need that tonight. The question is Kawhi on any minutes restriction? How severe is it? We don't know that. Can you guys believe Big Brother Jake graced us with his presence and his back? He's back. Some say he's back to watch his Lakers. I don't think that's the case. But some were saying that. Oh. Y'all went straight doomer last weekend. Kawhi got sent home. Kawhi is playing. It's in the title. That means it's official. It's official. Check. Check. I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Did you find it in March? Yeah, that's got to be it then. Let's go, Clipper Nation. Show starts in 4. Oh, so real. He's got a player to watch, Jordan Miller. I don't know. That might be Jake's. Might be. Well, no, Jake's giving me a look like that. Definitely ain't it. He's probably got Kawhi or something.
I'm not you, Adam.
Oh, I'll have you know. I picked John Collins yesterday. I'm sticking to it. Of course, I didn't know Kawhi would for sure be available. Show starts in 3.
Shout out John Ireland being loud. That's what you hear in the background.
All good.
We love Johnny I.
Thank you, Shadows. Carla, I already got John Collinsmith player to watch. You can't pick him. A Lakers loss would send them to the play-in, really? Ireland's a good dude. How long did they do a pregame show for? It seemed like it started a half hour ago. There's my guy Beto. All right, guys, starting the show here in a second. Appreciate y'all. Clippers Lakers tonight. I'm excited. Kawhi's back, as predicted. I wasn't worried for a microsecond. Y'all know what that's from? Amazon Prime. Welcome into Clippers Countdown as your LA Clippers have returned home just to be greeted by a familiar foe in the 26-16 Los Angeles Lakers, who are on an 8-game Grammy road trip, but the Clippers have just returned home from a successful 3-game roadie. But unfortunately, that number 3 stands out as they would lose the final game of it on Tuesday due to 25 threes made by the Bulls against them in Chicago. Here was Coach Lue postgame on the loss. That fight will have to remain tonight in the Battle of Los Angeles between two teams going in opposite directions since the last time they played on December 20th. The Clippers are 12-3 since then. The Lakers just 7-8. Could tonight be another meeting where the ramifications are much bigger than just one game? Tip-off from Into a Dome is just about 63 minutes away. Clippers and Lakers coming up here on your pregame show. You're going to hear from assistant coach Dante Jones. Lob Murray will be here, but up next, it's your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers taking on the Lakers tonight here at Into a Dome. Tip-off just about 60 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Moslem. This is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Coming up in just a little bit, you're going to hear from assistant coach Dante Jones, but join the show right now, your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, how are we doing?
Adam, I am doing so good. It is great to hear from you. Excited to be back here at Into a Dome. We got big brother Jake Warner back in the building, who, by the way, has got more space than outer space. We've got a lot of room up here, Adam, a lot of elbow room. I'm glad to be very far from you.
Well, not the first time you said that. Clippers far away from where they just were on Tuesday in Chicago. And unfortunately, they had a 28-point loss due to 25 threes being made. The Bulls tying a franchise record. Most three-pointers made from the outside, from that organization, happened against the Clippers. Look, some of it may have been bad defense, but it was an otherworldly shooting night from the Bulls as well, Carlo.
Yeah, I mean, anytime a team hits a franchise record of threes in a single game, you probably aren't going to win, and you especially aren't going to win if you don't play well in a full 48 minutes. And the Clippers were just tired. A second night of back-to-back after a tough game the night before in D.C. They were really unable to find a rhythm. They did cut it within 6 in that game, but then a 17-3 run got it right back to 20 for Chicago. And for this Clippers team, you went 2-1 on the road trip. And, you know, not often do teams sweep road trips, and the Clippers were able to get 2 of the 3. I'll take it.
Yeah, and they had some impressive victories along the way, maybe some character-building wins in those 2 against Toronto and then in D.C., both games that were tight down the stretch that the Clippers were able to pull through in. Hopefully that's something they can build upon as they move along here. And Coach Lou talked about how, and you just mentioned it, they were only down by 6 midway through the third quarter. They kept the fight after being down 21 at the half in Chicago. You want to get the victory, of course, but you want to still see that your team hasn't let go of the rope, and they did.
No, they didn't. They continued to fight. They felt like they were in it, and they battled to the final play. And I think for the Clippers, they got great production out of Ty Washington in that fourth quarter. He had 11 points. He was uber efficient, got downhill, knocked down a 3. It was impressive to see Ty go to work. And overall for the Clippers, Adam, you just love the mentality this team's playing with. They do not give up in games. They do not let go of the rope. They continue to fight. And no matter the circumstances, again, that was their 8th game in 7 cities. 14,000 miles of travel. That's a lot of travel.
That's not easy.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're going to lose a game on the second night of a back-to-back in which your team makes 25 threes, I think it's okay.
Some may call it a scheduled loss. This Clippers team still had some really good performances. It seems like John Collins is right on schedule currently to have another big game tonight because he's been shooting, I think, 43% from the outside his last 23 games now. He was 9 of 12 and 5 of 6 from 3 against Chicago with 23 points, and a big part of the turnaround for this Clippers team going 12 and 3 the last 15 games, or 13 and 3, I should say, John Collins.
Yeah, he's been a huge part. Joey Kimball, our statistician, with this excellent one. Over 5 times in his career, Collins has made 5 or more threes in a game. 2 of them are in the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's how good he's playing for the Clippers as of late. He is averaging 17 points on 70% from the field. John Collins continues to just be an elite offensive motor for the Clippers. And, you know, many people were worried about his start, Adam, but boy, has he played well the last 20 games for the Clippers. Just an elite offensive threat.
Saw this note also from Joey Kimball. John Collins' true shooting percentage over the last 13 starts since December 20th is an even 84%. Of all players to start 13 games in the same span, nobody else in the association has a true shooting percentage above 70%. John Collins at 84% over that time. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, and you know what? This has just become the Joey Kimball show. So we're going to hand Joey the mic. And in all seriousness, I mean, I don't know where this guy finds these notes, but Joey, our statistician, we are blessed to have you here. Thank you so much for making us sound a lot smarter than we are, because Adam and I need all the help we can get. That's why we got Big Bro up here to make us sound good. Adam, we really did it. We did well up here, huh?
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're doing all right. We also need all the help we can get when it comes to playmakers on this team and superstars like Kawhi Leonard being back tonight.
Yeah.
He has returned. Obviously, he left the trip over the weekend, been dealing with that left knee contusion, something he played through for a couple of games, plus had the right ankle injury going on. Kawhi gets a week off. We saw him warm up earlier. He is a good-to-go player tonight for this Clippers team.
That's huge. And Kawhi Leonard at Into a Dome, it has been excellent for the Clippers. Had him 28-8 in his career in this building. That's pretty good for the Claw. they're gonna need not only his offense, but Adam, maybe more his defense against this very, very star-driven Lakers team with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The Clippers have to be good on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, LeBron James knows all about Kawhi's defense. There's that very famous clip of him checking in to an NBA Finals game. LeBron looking over his shoulder and going, "This guy's coming back into the game," and that's how good Kawhi has been. There was a stat I saw earlier today about Kawhi's ability to not only get steals and blocks, but you ratio that with his fouls at him, and he leads the league by a significant margin in terms of steals and blocks without fouling in the NBA.
Pretty incredible. Kawhi Leonard is back tonight here at Intuit Dome. Clippers and Lakers, as your Clippers are home after a 3-game road trip where they went 2-1. Tip-off is just about 55 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez is on the call, but up next, he's got a one-on-one conversation with assistant coach Dante Jones. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Yeah!
Let's go, squad.
Let's go.
The real star.
Joey Kimball, baby.
Joey Kimball. Joey Kimball.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Oh, we missed. That's all right. It was on video. Big dog.
A little Dumb and Dumber moment. Watching Luka Doncic take left-handed, one-handed three-pointers from the far side corner right now. He clanked one off the side of the backboard. Now he's back to his usual shooting form and appropriately hits his next shot. Luka not adverse to some trick shots pregame. Daniel, you got the sound? Dante? The pregame coach interview. Cool. What sound? Oh, the Toronto sound? No. Tip-off between your LA Clippers and the Lakers here at Intuit Dome, just about 52 minutes away. I'm Adam Osland. It is the official pregame show of your Los Angeles Clippers. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Countdown. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll be going back in time in Clippers Rewind, but first we got to head back over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo Jimenez pregame with assistant coach Dante Jones as we get set for the Clippers taking on the Lakers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off 49 minutes away. I'm Adam Oslin. Coming up here on Clippers Countdown, we're going back in time and Clippers Rewind right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. You know, Jake, it sounds pretty good. What do you mean, so-so? What do you mean, so-so? Sounds good. Mio is here for his timeout. He's here for his spanking. He said Kawhi was going to be out for 2 more weeks. This is a well-deserved timeout. He was dooming so hard earlier today. Was that earlier today or yesterday when I did that video? Yesterday. But he took it like a man. He took it like a champ. Luka just faked like he was going to throw a punch at Rui Hachimura while he was about to take a 3. Like Luka was trying to psych him out. And we're like, yeah. Clippers and Lakers here at Into a Dome. Tip-off 46 minutes away here on Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland. This is the official pregame show of your Los Angeles Clippers. Coming up, we'll get to your player to watch, and then Law Murray of The Athletic will be here. But first, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind, back over 6 years here to October 22nd of 2019. The first Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, the good one. I never saw the second. I didn't hear good things. And even though this one was panned for being too much of a remake of Taxi Driver, it was still good. Like, made money, and I enjoyed it. There's nothing new under the sun. Truth Hurts by Lizzo was leading the Billboard charts. And after a summer of huge moves by both LA teams, it was the Clippers and Lakers opening night of the NBA season. First professional broadcast in the career of Noah Eagle. We knew him when. Clippers had 30 from Kawhi. Sweet Lou Williams had 21 off the bench, and they would win the first game of the 2-1-3 era, even without Paul George, 112-102 over LeBron and AD in their first game together as Lakers. That was back at Staples Center at that time in 2019, October 22nd to be specific. Clippers now here at Intuit Dome, their first real home, and what a beautiful sight it is. There's no place like home. There's no place like the Dome here in Inglewood. Clippers taking on the Lakers. Tip-off 44 minutes away. Coming up next, your player to watch. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Oh, some saw the fresh cut. I mean, pretty sure we've already seen Kobe Sanders on Luka. Kobe Sanders is a really good defender. Luka can abuse anyone because he's that good offensively. Cam Reddish for meaningful minutes tonight. I don't even think he's up with the big squad. He's in the G League. What are you talking about? Mio's in the swell. I put somebody in timeout who's in the house. Clippers taking on the Lakers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off about 42 minutes away. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. It's Clippers Countdown. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have La Murray on from The Athletic. But first, last time out against the Lakers in a 103-88 victory here at Intuit Dome on December 20th, which really vaulted the Clippers forward to this run of winning 13 of their last 16 games. John Collins had 17 and 12 in that contest, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from the outside. He has been one of the hottest three-point shooters in the league. He is shooting 66% from three in the month of January, getting 16 points per game. His energy is needed, especially first game back after a road trip. Sometimes there can be a little bit of a hangover there. We've seen it before with this team. But John Collins, he's young enough, he's in his prime, and his motor has been really valuable to this team on both ends of the floor. Ever since he got his offense unlocked and his shots started to fall again, it's helped fuel his defense as well. His activity there has been fantastic, about a block and a half per game over the last 3 weeks from JC. Hashtag JC saves. John Collins, my player to watch in this ball game against the Lakers tonight here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 40 minutes away. Coming up, La Murray. But up next, we'll get to your injury report. We bring you good news. I'm Adam Osland. This is Clippers Countdown here on Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Who's been hyping up Patrick Bowen Jr.? He's mostly there so they can have Kobe Sanders. There's a weird thing with two-way contracts. Clipper Edwards a little, well, you know, a little awesome. I like Patrick Bowen Jr., but I don't know. He can be an NBA player. He's just pretty bad defender. When you're being hunted in the summer league by teams, well, that probably means the scouting report is really out on just how bad your defense is to be hunted in the summer league defensively. And his shot just never materialized. They got geese billboards out there. I still haven't seen the clip. Oh, I see the guys walking in with them. That's funny. Clippers and Lakers from Into a Dome. Tip-off 38 minutes away here on Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Osland. Welcome back. Coming up, we're going to have Law Murray on from The Athletic. But first, let's get to that injury report. As mentioned earlier, Kawhi Leonard is healthy, available, and ready to go. I would expect him on some type of minutes restriction coming off the left knee contusion. We'll see how that plays out. Still no Austin Reeves for the Lakers. Of course, Clippers without DJ right now. Still no Bogey out with that left hamstring injury. But Kawhi Leonard is back after a week off. I know Laker fans are shaking their fists at the clouds right now, wondering why Kawhi comes back, of course, against them. He's had some success against the Lakers and LeBron James. Tip-off is just about 37 minutes away. Here at Into a Dome, Clippers and Lakers. Up next, Law Murray. I am the law. Law Murray of The Athletic is coming up. I'm Adam Osland, and this is Clippers Countdown right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. DeAndre Ayton is a go. He got hit in the eye, but he's okay. Mio's holding the goose. Just had a bad joke there. Gotta contain myself. Law's gonna come up here, big bro.
I'm aware.
All right. You know, I had to remind David Bartley, so I just make
Well, guess who's not here?
Wow. Damn. Big
Just
bro.
for that, you'll have him next game too.
Wait a second. As punishment?
If that's what you want to call it.
When is next game? Sunday?
Yep.
I don't look too far ahead. My Twitter is follow Adam A. Clippers taking on the Lakers here at Intuit Dome as they are back in Cali. Tip off 34 minutes away. I'm Adam Moslin. Welcome back in. Coming up in just a little bit here on your pregame show, we'll get you a drive around the league. But joining the show right now, the man, the myth, the legendary Law Murray of The Athletic. At Law Murray, the NU is where you find him. Law, good to see you, my friend. Back here at Intuit Dome. How you been?
There's a lot of stairs on this joint, man. It's a lot of stairs, bro.
All right, let's talk about tonight's game, but I do want to talk a little bit about what happened with 25 three-pointers made by Chicago on Tuesday night. Is that just one of those fluky things that can happen in the NBA nowadays where you kind of got to burn the tape afterwards and be like, I don't know, they hit 25 threes. You know, Charlotte did that against OKC and beat them by 30. It happens.
Right. I know that they burned the fourth quarter of that tape at least. That's for sure. You didn't need to see anything after the third quarter. And I think that's just a tough night to be playing the second night of back-to-back 3 games of 4, or not 3 games of 4. They had 2 days off, but I think logistics got to them. You know, when you're shorthanded, and it's not like Chicago played that well to begin the game. You know, the thing that I noticed was at the end of the first quarter, Chicago was only down 5, even though they missed 9 out of 10 in the paint. And for me, I was like, that's obviously going to turn around, and I wonder what things look like when it does. The second quarter, they get the same 10 shots in the paint, and they make 9 of them, and the Clippers are down, 21 at halftime, and you saw the threes on top of the efficiency inside. And, you know, the defense broke. It just – it can happen like that. Like, you have to take something away, and nothing was taken away. So, and you know what? I almost wonder if the Clippers were – I wasn't there to ask, but – almost wonder if they were preparing to see Josh Giddey. And what I see often, both with the Clippers as well as teams playing against the Clippers, right, is teams will be expecting to play one way, and then a major pace isn't there, and you don't get to play against that, or you have a different style, or guys get in foul trouble. It's like the guy that you game plan for gets in foul trouble, and the next guy comes in, and they're the lineup that creates advantages or makes a comeback. So I saw it with the Lakers. I was in Denver. DeAndre Ayton goes out, and Denver, undersized team right now, they had an advantage. The Lakers had to play the second half with Jackson Hayes, and Jackson Hayes, they're plus 16 with him in a game that they won by, I think, 8 points, something like that. So I think we look at how you were beat, and maybe you take that in consideration. The Bulls will be here at some point later this season, but you flip the page to tonight, and it looks like tonight things will be different, if nothing else, because twos won't be here.
Kawhi Leonard is back tonight after a week off. Do you think there was a chance he was going to play on that road trip and they won that game in Toronto and said, you know what, we can get him some extra rest now?
No, I don't think he was ever going to play. I think he went to Toronto because it was Toronto, to be really honest with you.
He did have an event.
Exactly. And, you know, I'm not going to that was pretty sensitive for me. I had things to do there, and it was very disappointing that certain things didn't get done and Kawhi didn't play. And him going home, obviously it gets loud and all that. The reality is he's been playing through pain for a week, right? Like, I was in New York when he got hurt with his ankle with the fan courtside. He plays through that in Barclays Center, game time decision. And then the very next night they go to Detroit and he gets hurt there. And that's a game they were down 19, you know, against a team that is playing well no matter who's out there. Like, people like to talk about who wasn't there, but it's like Detroit's been so good and they are so deep that they can start two-way contract players just like the Clippers have started two-way contract players and get wins, right? So that was an impressive win. I don't care who was playing. But Kawhi got hurt in that game too, and he came back home, played through game time decisions. They didn't tell us he had any injury, but him having any injury makes a little bit more sense. He did not play great in Washington. He hit them 7 threes, but he only made 2 shots inside the arc. The entire team didn't make any baskets in the paint in that Washington game when the Wizards were here. So in hindsight, yeah, it makes sense to give Kawhi some time off to let him do what he wanted to do as far as make the trip to Toronto, a place that does mean a lot to him, even though he left after the championship and everything. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of level he's at tonight in this game. Unlike the previous, man, they've been playing Eastern Conference teams now, heavy for like 2 weeks. Like, I can't remember the last Western Conference team they played. Was it New Year's Day in Utah?
Yeah.
Ever since then, it's been, you know, they got blown out by the Celtics, and then they played the Warriors. That
A
was
1 point win over Golden
right.
State.
The Warriors game, I think that's the last one because ever since then, it's been Eastern Conference teams either on the road or the teams that have come here. This is a huge game, period. It's a division game. It's an opportunity to not have back-to-back losses for the first time since the last time the Lakers were here, right? The Lakers, when they came here, the Clippers were 6-21. Ever since then, that game jump-started what is the hottest streak in the league as far as win-loss record over the last month. And so, you know, this is also in terms of where teams are in the standings. Like the upcoming schedule is a little lighter, um, depending on how you feel about um, what version of the Nuggets you get. The Nuggets will get healthier. I don't know if Nicole is going to be back, but Aaron Gordon is back and Jonas is coming back. So um, this is an opportunity. It's like, hey, you can get over 500 realistically speaking before the All-Star break. Tonight's a big night.
What have you seen? Because a lot of the conversation with the fan base right now is about Ivica Zubats. Should they trade him? Should they not? What have you seen from just an energy level, a motor? Does he look as locked in? Some have speculated, is he hearing the trade rumors? Is that affecting his play? I thought he was pretty good in Toronto, but the 2 games after that on the road trip, it just didn't seem like he had that pop, as Coach Lou would say.
Yeah, I just think it's who you're playing against too. He ate against a Toronto team that is very undersized at center right now. Jakob Poeltl's back issues are. I mean, Toronto should be interested in a guy like Zoo. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like teams are going to be interested in you, bro. Like that's just what it is. And Zoo's going to be fine. He's got his contract and he's got appreciation here. He's got appreciation across the league. And I don't think Zoo cares. Zoo was traded here for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like it's not like Zoo's never been traded midseason before. And if he gets moved, it's not because of a lack of appreciation. It's like if you're the Clippers, you're not giving him away. You're getting something. The Clippers also should be trying to keep Zoo. Like that's just the bottom line. Like they're an awful rebounding team without him. This is a terrible rebounding team. They got a power forward who is very energetic, young-ish, athletic, has some size, has some bounce, but has had games like the Chicago game where he had 0 rebounds in 24 minutes. So Zoo is a very important part of this team. He's a guy who can play a lot of minutes. He's a guy who holds up defensively, and he's a guy who gives you some offensive variety. You can't rely on. You can try. Like obviously, Brook Lopez and Yannick Coney Niederhauser is good enough to get you through a couple of weeks. That's what we saw. To think that you're going to have the best version of your team like that, I don't think that's realistic. And I don't, I'm not really tracking Zoo's energy. I'm tracking his health. Is he healthy? He had to get back on the court when we were in Toronto, and he was able to do that and play well. I'm not surprised that, as the road trip goes on and you're playing the energy of the Wizards, and then a second night of back-to-back in another time zone in Chicago. I'm not shocked by that. I'm not shocked what you're going to see here tonight. Like, you're going up against DeAndre Ayton. You don't have that power advantage. Like, how do you make that work? So it's going to be interesting to see how things go with Zoo between now and the trade deadline in 2 weeks. But the bottom line is he should be here, and it's going to have to take a really good reason to have the Clippers part with him.
I mentioned earlier, look, if there's a Godfather offer, you're listening, of course. Like they're 19-24. You might listen, but it doesn't mean you have to do it because he still has 2 more years after this on a pretty cap-friendly, team-friendly deal.
Yeah, I don't want the expectation or to create the expectation that Zoo's going to be moved. I think people just get excited when guys just throw names out and talk about trading people, especially a lot of the fan base don't like Zoo for a bunch of reasons. So people are going to get excited about it. I think players have a responsibility to know that this is a business. And, if your name's not being discussed, you should probably wonder why that's the case too. You know what I'm saying? So Zoo is a 10-year vet. He should just play his game. And if he's here, then he knows that he's going to be here. And I don't really see a good reason for the Clippers to be trying to trade him more for pennies on the dollar.
What do you think is the positional need with this Clippers team? Is it a guard that can help out James Harden that can alleviate that position?
You need some firepower. So ideally, yeah, you would have a guard who can go and who can slice. Like they got a sledgehammer guard. The Lakers have a similar problem, by the way. You have a very deliberate assassin in Kawhi, and you have a sledgehammer of a system in James. You don't have any level of pace, a guy who can just get to places in a straight line. Even Norm last year was that guy, even though he wasn't a playmaker or point guard. Like, because you had Norm, you could go for a bigger guard like Bogdan Bogdanovic. It's about complementary talent. This year, you just need another guy that you can trust that isn't, on a rookie contract who can dribble, pass, and shoot. So I think that's what you would look for. I'm very interested to see if John's going to be here. John is on an absolute heater. Dude is literally shooting 58% from three for a whole 15, 20 game sample, which is obscene. Completely flipped where he was in the first quarter of the season. And it's like, John he's purposefully here, but also the league changes. The Clippers, they brought guys in admitted because they lost to a specific team. And I keep saying, great, you might not see that team in the playoffs. You got to get to the playoffs. That's the conversation now with the Clippers. So I will be surprised if both John Collins and Brook Lopez are here, but not because they're not valued or because they need to go. There's one guy who, quote unquote, needs to go. We'll see how that turns out. But in terms of, players who are contributing to this team, it's like you have plenty of front court size. You are hoping Derrick Jones Jr. can stay healthy now that the Celtics aren't on the schedule anymore. And that there's a massive deficit, and it's at the guard position. You need a guy who can slice, and the big key there is there that player who can also hold up defensively. Small guards are a dime a dozen. Small guards that you actually want playing for you or not.
So you think there's a possibility they would sell high on John Collins, given the heater he's on, and he's an unrestricted free agent after this season? You don't want to lose him for nothing?
Well, that's part of it, and just the fact that, look at the usage. They've played around with what it's like to not have him in certain lineups, to not close, to not play at all, all those things. And I just feel like if he's here, great, because he's playing really well and he's a great energy guy, and guys like him, period. You need that. You gotta really, if this season hasn't taught anybody anything else, these aren't just players, these are people. It's people first. It should be people first, because you got to get in the gym and you got to get in the locker room and you got to shake some hands and you got to let people know who your most important people are before you put a uniform on and you out there for the opening tip or the sub into a game. Chemistry does matter, and this team needs chemistry to get to the playoffs. They improved doing that, and they need to maintain that if they're going to get to 42 wins and get to a spot where they can clinch a playoff spot in April.
Lamar is our guest from The Athletic as we get set for the Clippers taking on the Lakers. Tip off about 26 minutes from now. I asked Coach Lou earlier about just what he's seeing out of James Harden, because I've seen a different level of burst. You tell me if you've seen it as well. And then I checked the tracking data, and it says he's getting 5 more drives, if you want to believe the Sport VU cameras, per game than he was in December. Is there a little more pop from James Harden? Because I keep thinking, he's further away from that bad hamstring injury he had a few years ago. Maybe even though he's getting older, he is getting something back because he's further away from that injury.
I think it's more along the lines of what T. Lou told you. He's not shooting the ball well, and you got to find a way to do something to be effective. He didn't make a single three in Washington and found 36 points. And a lot of that is he got to the free throw line 20 times and made 18 of those free throws. That's Kobe 81 territory. Kobe Bryant in his 81-point game had about that many free throw attempts and makes and had 7 threes. It's just that Kobe decided to jack up 30 more shots besides that. James is not trying to do that at this stage of his career. Luka might, but James is not. So if James, it would be nice if he rediscovered that shot tonight. The Lakers are going to play him for the drive. They're going to pack the paint. They're going to overhelp because their individual defenders are food. So they're going to say, if you hit shots, then okay, we're probably going to just get beat. Again, I go back to watching the Lakers in Denver specifically. The Nuggets made 9 threes in that first quarter, and then they went cold. And because they had zero interior presence and because they refused to let Jamal Murray get his game off, the Nuggets were lost offensively. It's real simple. You shouldn't be able to do that against the Clippers, especially when James and Kawhi are on the floor together. But if you're going to pick your poison is you're not trusting any of these dudes to, even Marcus Smart. you're not trusting guys to individually guard a player like James and a player like Kawhi. You're going to overload, and that's going to require the other Clippers to make good decisions, to take advantage of advantages that are created for them, and then make shots. Simple as that.
How did the Lakers get so much worse defensively? And I never thought they had the personnel, but they started off decently on the defensive end, and then it just fell off a cliff. How did it get that bad?
Well, you know what? They've played great defensively for 3 of the 4 halves that they've played recently, and a lot of it is desperate basketball. You want to win games, you want to take advantage of the matchups that you have, you're going to do it. You know, the Toronto Raptors couldn't break 100 against the Lakers Sunday, and then they go up to Golden State and they put 145 in them dudes, and I'm looking at quickly like, where was this Sunday night downtown Los Angeles? The Lakers are at their worst defensively. They will get lit up from the perimeter. That's the biggest thing with them. They are also a horrible transition defense. They have cherry pickers and they have complainers, and that puts them at disadvantages. They're a big, slow basketball team. Well, guess what? They're playing another big, slow basketball team tonight. And so if the Lakers, again, the Clippers' advantage is making the shots that are available. They can get shots because the Lakers can't guard a whole lot of dudes. And the Lakers are also porous when it comes to defensive rebounding. And if the ball does get to the rim, the only team worse in rim protection than the Lakers is the Utah Jazz. And the Utah Jazz are playing like a team that should be relegated for the most part. You know, I know they beat the Timberwolves last night, but that was the first time they won without Larry Markkinen all season long. You should not be in defensive conversations with the Utah Jazz. And that's where the Lakers are in certain aspects of the game. But you can't play all those statistics. You play some of them because you can say, here's what we want to take advantage of in general. But specifically, the Lakers are figuring some things out defensively. They're playing junk lineups and they're playing junk schemes to mix things up and to confuse opponents. And if those opponents can't take advantage of it, then that's where the Lakers can hold steady. That's all they're trying to do defensively because they have incredibly talented individual offensive players.
No doubt. Clippers got one of theirs back in Kawhi Leonard. You mentioned it with Coach Lou pregame. He obviously didn't give a definitive number. Do you got any idea on what his minutes restriction could be?
I mean, I'm looking at 30. That's what it was before he missed a week. So if Kawhi plays 35, then people should be really encouraged. They have 2 days off after this. This is a game where you go all out. Not only do you have 2 days off, but you have a Nets team coming in here that's going to play Friday night and then have to fly across the country and play at 6 o'clock on a Sunday. Nightlife is going to be spectacular for that team coming in here. So if you're the Clippers, you're playing this game like a playoff game. This should be high minutes, no messing around, no BS. National TV, you want to make a statement. You want to do something because you can split the season series and clinch that with a win tonight. You know, but if you lose and you're going to have to sit on that here in Los Angeles for a couple of days, and you're not going to get another opportunity for a quote-unquote statement win. They should be playing this game as desperate as they played the Lakers the last time they were here.
Law Murray of The Athletic. Follow him at Law Murray VNU. Subscribe because nobody does it better than the Law. He is the Law here at Intuit Dome. Clippers and Lakers tonight. Law, appreciate you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on Clippers Countdown.
Thank you for having me, man. Have enjoyed the games, everybody.
Coming up next, we will get to your drive around the league. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Thought that was good. I'm going to post some of that in the video section tomorrow. Law's always good. We got a slide. It was like at 20, and then I saw it pop to like 27. Hey, Carlo. We got a slide. I mean, I was watching the clock, and it jumped back up. You not get a text?
I have not gotten a text on a slide.
Usually I get a text.
Unless somebody just.
Oh, I got one.
How about that?
7:17.
When will they believe me, guys?
So 5-minute slide.
Trust Adam, boys. Kawhi's playing. We got to slide.
What do we think of this, Joey? You like the intro? Okay, do you like that? I didn't like this.
Any of you guys watch Task on HBO?
I watched it.
You've seen it all?
Yeah.
I'm in like episode 2. Should I keep going? You like it?
Yeah, I did like it.
Okay. It's been pretty good.
The car, right?
Live from Into a Dome, it's your LA Clippers taking on the Lakers. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Countdown. I'm Adam Oslin. Tip-off just about 18 minutes away. Coming up back to Carlo Jimenez. But first, let's get your drive around the league. It's brought to you by Toyota, and it's the Here and Now sales event at your Toyota dealer. The clock is ticking. Do not wait to grab a great deal on a new Toyota. We make it easy. Elsewhere in the association tonight, if the Wi-Fi will cooperate with me, I can give you a couple of scores. The Nuggets would win and respond after losing to the Lakers the other night. In D.C. over the Wizards, 107-97. Peyton Watson out of UCLA. He was the Western Conference Player of the Week a week ago. Had 35, 8, and 4 blocks in the victory. They respond. And you may be hearing some boos right now. That would be because the Lakers just entered the court here for the layup line. Earlier in Philadelphia, 76ers 128, Rockets 122 in overtime. Tyrese Maxey had 36. Embiid had a triple-double with 32, 15, and 10 assists. Good to see Joel Embiid starting to look like himself in the MVP form from a couple of years ago again. They won by 6 in OT over KD and the Rockets. Kevin Durant had 36 in the loss. Hornets went into Orlando and smoked the Magic 124-97. LaMelo Ball 16, 6, and 7 assists. Banchero with 23 in defeat. Right now, late in Minnesota, early fourth quarter, I should say. Timberwolves down by 3 to the Chicago Bulls. It's 93-90. Josh Giddey has returned. So the Clippers just missed him, but Chicago didn't miss many three-pointers, and the Clippers lost on Tuesday night. Giddey's got 20 points. Julius Randle with 23. Bulls up 93-90 with 11:22 left here in the fourth quarter. And then late fourth quarter in Dallas, Mavericks over the Golden State Warriors, 113-101 with 4:50 left in the fourth. Najee Marshall has 26, 7, and 9 assists. Steph Curry with 31 for the Warriors, who are reeling after the right ACL tear from Jimmy Butler. We'll see what moves they make coming up. Clippers taking on the Lakers. Tip-off 16 minutes away here at Into a Dome. Coming up next, we got Carlo Jimenez right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Giggity, giggity.
Yeah, big bro. Yeah, big bro. We ready? Pa-pum. Adam got us tight skin fade.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did. Adam got a fade for the Lakers game.
Chad, you hearing this? That would be Carlo Jimenez.
Adam with the fresh fade.
They say concerts here are great at Into a Dome, but I don't know about this.
With the fade.
Fresh fade. Fresh fade.
Adam's got the fade.
Fresh fade. Fresh fade.
He's wanna make it way.
We got the fresh fade. We got the fresh fade.
Well, I don't get faded anymore except with my hair.
Don't get near him. He might cut you. He's looking so sharp.
I was faded like every day in Puerto Rico.
There we go.
Oh, I'd imagine.
I might be faded now.
Well, I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah, you probably were.
Wow.
You think I'm that unprofessional? How dare
Oh
you?
my God.
Big bro, first one here, last one to leave.
You got that right. Mostly because of Adam.
He already said he's not coming back next game.
I
David
won't.
Bartley
I
said.
won't be here next week.
I'm not worried about next game. I'm worried about this game.
Ooh.
I'm worried about tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go. All that Niners energy they didn't have. Carlos got
Oh my God.
So unnecessary.
it.
So
You can
unnecessary.
say that, hey, they got further than the Panthers. Clippers and Lakers here at Into a Dome. Tip-off just 14 minutes away. Welcome back. It is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your Los Angeles Clippers. I'm Adam Moslin. Coming up, we'll get to your keys to victory. But first, back over to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, let's talk about the Lakers. They may have some distractions going on currently after a certain article from ESPN that must have been 5,000 words, yet I read it all and thought I was visualizing the show's Succession mixed in with Winning Time, but that's not a real thing. The Buzz family drama is this Lakers team, because I didn't hear JJ Redick earlier, but is this something they're going to have to block out right now?
I don't know. I don't think so, Adam. I would expect they're worried about their record as of late. I mean, they've struggled recently. I think the article definitely adds some fuel to the fire for how they have played the past 23 games. They're 11-12 in those last 23 games. But I don't think it'll be a distraction at all. I mean, obviously, Jeannie Buss comes out today and says if she wasn't fairly represented in the article, it didn't feel like her feelings were shared. But definitely an interesting piece. And Adam, all I can say is I commend you for reading the entire thing. That is some big J journalism, as the kids say.
People are like, how many books you read a year? I'm like, I read this ESPN article.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm covered
New
now.
Year's resolution, check.
2026 is done. All right. On the court with the Lakers, the defense has been very poor over the last month and a half, even going back a little bit further. Started off the year hot. What changed for them on that end?
I think really, Adam, they were not able to turn teams over. If you look at their stats, they started the season 15-4. They were top 10 in the NBA in points off turnovers, one of the best teams in the league. Well, the last 23 games, they are 7th to last in the NBA. So you go from a defense that's getting steals on that end, turning it into points on the other end, and being able to really, find ways to gamble but make it worth it. And now they have been unable to get those turnovers and turned into free points.
How has Luka looked in January? Because the shooting seems to be back from him, and obviously a big performance in Denver.
Yeah, you talked about the shooting. Last 6 games, he's shooting 45% from the three-point line, so he has been better in that stretch. Still leads the league in points per game, still third in the league in assists per game, but he has found a good rhythm this season on the offensive end. That has not been his problem at all. Not often, Adam, do you have a player top 5 in both points and assists. I don't really hear his name a lot in the MVP conversation, though, around the league. You really hear Joker, but obviously with the injury, will he be eligible? And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So interested to see how the season continues for Luka Doncic. Definitely one of his best in terms of just sheer willpower scoring the ball. But you got to remember, this is a guy playing 36 minutes a night. So, yeah, he's scoring a lot, but he's got so many opportunities to score, and maybe that kind of taken away from how great he has been on that end.
We'll see how the Lakers guard him tonight. We know how he likes to get Ivica Zubac on an island on those switches on the perimeter, going back to his Dallas Mavericks days in the bubble. Back to this Clippers team, though. Haven't talked enough about the young guys yet. Jordan Miller, Kobe Sanders, wise beyond their years, mixing a little bit of Giannis, some Cam Christie as of late. They've really given this team a lift to go 13-3 the last 16 games.
They really have. And all the credit to the Clippers coaching staff, to everybody around the organization who gets those guys ready to be able to play at an elite level, to be able to contribute when they get on the hardwood. It really has been super impressive to watch them play. And I think, Adam, just as impressive is Ty Lue being able to trust those guys, put them into opportunities to be able to get stops, find ways to have success on the offensive and defensive end. I think that's been huge for the Clippers in this last stretch. I mean, they've needed it without Derek Jones Jr., without Bogdan Bogdanovic. It's been great to see the young guys thrive, and that was kind of a talking point earlier this season. The Clippers were losing games, and you didn't feel like there was much development. It's interesting how now they're winning games, and all the talk is about the youth development.
You mentioned him earlier, but even in a game that was no longer in doubt late in the fourth quarter in Chicago, Ty Washington was out there playing hard and playing smart basketball, and he came in and hit a big bucket against Toronto in their comeback too. I wonder if this is somebody that could get a little more trust from the coaching staff just with the way he's played since he's been called up.
I don't think it's a bad call. The guy can score the ball at an elite rate. Kind of reminded me, Adam, of Bones Highland. You go put him out on the floor, and it was just crafty, easy buckets every time. Felt like he was born to score, and Ty played like that in that last game. It was excellent from the field. I believe he shot over 70% for the Clippers in those minutes. I think if the Clippers need points, I could see Ty Coming in as an energy guy. And there's going to be a lot of moves at that two-way spot in the next month because the Clippers have to find a way to get Jordan Miller and Kobe Sanders off of their two-way contract. They're going to need them the rest of the way.
No doubt about that. All right, there was no doubt who I was going with for my player to watch tonight. That would be John Collins. We both knew that was going to happen, right?
Yeah, of course. It's okay, Adam. You've had a lot of shows this week. Take a breath, take a sip of water. It'll be all right.
Look, even if my voice runs out on me, those shots made from the outside are not running out on John Collins right now.
No. I mean, this guy's shooting 67%, 6-7 from the three-point line the last 8 games. He's been unbelievable. Yeah, thank you, big bro. He's been unbelievable for the Clippers. And, guys, Adam did call John Collins yesterday, so we'll give it to him. He did not change it. Sometimes he likes to go one pick on Clips and Dip and then a different pick here on Clippers Talk. Don't worry, I'm all over him. I'm keeping him consistent.
The player to watch police is here.
I am. I was locked in this morning. Good picks by Chuck and Will, though.
Who do you got?
Joey's going Jordan Miller, big bro. Kobe Sanders for big bro. I like this pick from Carlo Jimenez. Chris Dunn.
Carlo Jimenez, Chris Dunn?
Chris Dunn. Carlo Jimenez picks Chris Dunn because Chris Dunn got Luka Doncic a technical. Luka is 3 technicals away from missing a game. The only guy with more techs in the league is Dylan Brooks. That's hard to believe because Brooks has a reputation.
Wow, I didn't know Draymond was washed. Where are you at in that list, Draymond? What's wrong?
There's only 2 guys with 10 or more, and it's Luka and Dylan Brooks. What's Draymond doing?
I feel like Rasheed has an honorary 10 to start every year, even though he's retired. But Carlo Jimenez has Chris Dunn as his player to watch. I'm going with John Collins. Carlo on the call coming up, but up next, we'll get to your keys to victory. Clippers, Lakers from Intuit Dome. Tip-off 7 minutes away right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Hold up. Make sure we're at a minute here. Oh.
Did you guys see that slide earlier? That was crazy.
No one doubted you. I just didn't see the text.
I don't miss this part.
Slides?
No, Adam complaining and thinking he gets no credit.
Yeah, we gave you credit.
You mean the facts part?
It comes up a year ago today. We're supposed to know.
Oh, man, I hope this game flies by.
Wait a second.
Oh, huh? I mean, I'm glad to be back, yeah.
Let's go, Joey. All right, let's post this, John. Oh, yeah.
What were you guys working on earlier?
Me? Your takedown.
My takedown?
Yeah. We're going to take you down.
Well, that wouldn't be that hard.
We're plotting over
You're
here.
investigative journalist with me?
No, Joey, did you see the note that we're on the record for the greatest free throw shooting team ever?
Holy crap. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Did you do a TikTok on it?
He didn't read the thing. It's on the page.
I read it during the timeout right before tip-off.
Wow. Joey puts in hours of work on this, and Adam didn't even read
Hold on,
it.
I just read one in the second segment of the show.
Wow.
I brought the John Collins thing you texted me.
You read the text.
Clippers taking on the Lakers here at Intuit Dome. Tip-off just about 5 minutes away. Let the strife and discord begin. Let's get to your keys to victory here. Last time out here at Intuit Dome, December 20th, Clippers won 103-88. And in that ball game, still had far too many turnovers with 16. The Lakers ended up with just 11. That has to flip around because the Lakers were just so poor from the outside, uncharacteristically. I know they're not a great three-point shooting team, but they went 6 of 38 that night. That is 16% against the Clippers back on December 20th, and the Clippers 103-88 win. You can't rely on that cold of shooting holding up. This Clippers team has to be sound with possessions. That game, the Lakers outshot them 88-80 in shots attempted. So the possession battle is going to be huge tonight here at Intuit Dome. Clippers, Lakers, Battle of Los Angeles. Carlo Jimenez is on the call next. You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Yeah, Joey.